back to Village in Motion this Tuesday, August 21st. I'm Clint. I am very pleased to be the host today. And for this segment of Village in Motion, we have two individuals from Resident Life. And one of them is the new interim acting director, and the other, she's going to tell you about who she is. But we have Karen Hall and Christine Vandendries. So we're very glad to have both of them with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I have to say this. Folks, the world today is a world of women. Two ladies here, a lady earlier, all the cameras operated by ladies. And I really feel like men are outnumbered today, so, but it's a pleasure. Okay. Karen, you are the interim now, is that correct? Is that the official title, or?
Yes, that is the official title, is the Interim Resident Life Director.
Okay. And you've been in that position for?
A little over a month, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. And prior to that, you were in a training program at Garden Ridge to become a director of continuing care?
That is correct. So when I started here back in 2015, I came in as the rehab manager overseeing the rehab in Garden Ridge as well as outpatient rehab in Hunters Crossing. I was given the opportunity to enter the administrator and training program to sort of follow in Donna's footsteps, I guess, here, whereas she's a nursing home administrator, so I am now training to become a licensed nursing home administrator as well. I'll be finishing that program up within the next month.
Wonderful.
And then becoming licensed as well.
Tremendous. And so then you can put your certificate on the wall. And
it'll be a license that I have, and then I continue learning it. It's definitely a learning process, and you know, sometimes you learn best all the time, you learn best through experience, and so I look forward to having the opportunity to continue learning and growing, you know, from individuals such as Donna.
Okay. And you're bringing a lot of experience over to Resident Life, which will help also for everybody.
Absolutely. I'm really excited. You know, to Donna's point earlier, as she was speaking, looking at the integration between the entire community, where it's not the division of continuing care and independent living, but truly collaborating together to bring, you know, our gifts and talents from Garden Ridge over to independent living, and now Donna's gifts and talents from independent living over to Garden Ridge as well, and really making it one unified community where we're doing activities together, we're doing events together, you know, really engaging all aspects and all members of the community.
Great. We're glad to have you around.
Thank you.
And Christine, my first time of meeting you, but we're glad you're with us, and you are administrator for home support and home health, is that correct?
My title is home care administrator,
okay.
So I'm part of the Resident Life team, and I oversee home health and home support.
All right. And you've been with us for how long?
Since the end of May.
Oh, okay.
Beginning of June, somewhere there.
All right, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand you were a nurse.
I am. I'm a registered nurse. I went to school here and graduated here, and worked at Arlington Hospital for a little while, and then I've traveled a little bit and coming back home to Virginia.
Oh, very good. Well, we're glad you did.
Yeah.
We're glad you decided to come to Greensbury.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of changes that have been taking place in your shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of turnover prior to Donna, and I understand still there's some questions in regards to home support. What's happening there?
Home support is growing rapidly. We have amazing caregivers, and word is getting out about how great they are, and our numbers of hours per month are increasing every single month. So our staff is coming on board and staying on board, which is awesome, but we also still need more caregivers all the time because the need continues to grow. Okay. So we're working on getting staff that's, you know, well trained and has lots of experience, and then continuing to grow their careers here through different staff development. Erickson also offers tuition assistance and reimbursement for them so that they can continue to grow in their careers and hopefully stay with us as they advance from maybe a CNA to an LPN or an RN. Right. There's so much growth opportunity here on campus and in Erickson that we want people to come and stay and just keep on growing.
Wonderful. With home support, do we have enough personnel? Are there enough aides at the present time that actually work for Green Spring as opposed to those who are hired from the outside?
It's a collaborative effort right now.
Indeed it is. I would say it's a good, while the majority of the care being provided on campus is provided by Green Spring staff, there are, to Christine's point, the numbers are booming.
Right.
And so we don't want to not provide our care to our residents.
Right.
So we're also working with the residents to outsource some additional care, some additional resources. And then there are individuals that just go outside on their own. And we're really trying to make sure that in all instances we can meet the needs of our residents.
With the outside aides, are we allowed to do any screening of them ourselves, or do we have any regulatory authority over them in any fashion?
They are screened first by their own agency. So the agency that they come from has their own hiring practices for background checks, drug screens, things of that nature, interviewing processes. When we engage them for some more help, they send us resumes. We review their resumes and see if their experience is something that would mesh with what our needs are here. And then they are brought on site before they are sent out to give any kind of care. They meet our clinical managers, our office staff. A lot of times they come by my office and meet me. And we sort of get a feel for what they're doing. They spend some time orienting with our clinical managers, Sana and Krista. And if they feel like the fit's not right, they will speak up and say, this is just not within Erickson's values, we need a different person.
Wonderful.
So there's a couple people that they do get past before they get out to do visits with the residents.
But if a resident goes out and hires a person on their own that doesn't work for an agency, there's no vetting, right?
Correct.
There's no screening.
Yeah.
Correct. That does fall on the resident, and we do try to educate residents and let them, know to interview these individuals before they do hire them to work with them. And then, of course, because we do have our resident services coordinators that are very highly involved with our residents, if ever there are concerns, we are advocates on behalf of our residents, and we'll contact the company and say, this is just not working out, or we have these concerns. Again, just being the champion for our residents.
Wonderful.
I think a great learning opportunity for what Karen is talking about as far as hiring somebody within Green Spring versus going outside is our upcoming Ancillary Services Forum.
Okay.
We'll be talking about what different services that we provide and then some of the risks associated with going outside our gates for those services and what we can do versus what they can do.
And you mentioned there's going to be a forum that's going to happen in regards to ancillary services. And when's it going to happen?
That'll be in October of this year. So we're still pinpointing the date, but it'll be in October of this year. And it'll be a great opportunity truly to sit down with residents and even family members. There'll be one in the daytime during the afternoon and then one again in the evening.
Wonderful.
So that we can capture as many people as possible.
Right.
But we'll be truly discussing, what are the options here on campus, from outpatient to certified home health to home support, even the medical center. What are your options? What's available to you, and how can we better provide services and assistance to all the residents?
Do you guys reach out to family members if you know somebody needs an aid of some fashion? Is there a mechanism where you can identify the residents that need that person and reach out to family members and give them the various options?
The resident services coordinators have a big hand in that. They've kind of got their finger on the pulse of what's going on with our residents, and they can definitely speak to the families and encourage them to contact us. And then once they have contacted us and we're in there, or even if home health is in there already, our nurses, our physical therapists can say, hey, listen, I think there might be a need for a little bit of home support, and kind of let the doctor know, let the family know. So.
Okay. With the need for support, whether it's home health care or it's home support, right? The process is different, right, between those two?
A little bit.
Yes.
And what's the major difference?
The major difference is that home support can be initiated by the resident themselves, the family, whoever their person is, or by their doctor if the doctor thinks they need some help. Home health care has to be ordered by a physician.
Okay.
The family can call us and say, we think we need this, but the order still must come from the doctor and is billed through insurance.
Correct. One is billed through insurance or Medicare. The other one is on a private pay basis.
Okay. And it varies between Green Spring and agencies and self-hires, right?
Well, in terms of, the payer always remains the same unless you have additional benefits in your insurance built in. But again, it would be Medicare covers the home health type services, whether it's Greenspring or externally. And then home support services, private duty aids, all that would again be covered on a private pay basis unless they have other built-in benefits in their long-term insurance or something.
Karen, knowing that you were a physical therapist before you started this process of, does home health or home support provide physical therapy or direct individuals to the physical therapist?
Absolutely, and actually, we have physical therapists, occupational therapists, and speech language pathologists across the continuum here at Greenspring. And so oftentimes, and actually we have a great partnership now with Ribka Mersha, who is the current rehab manager, and we work collaboratively with her to make sure that our therapists are actually treating across the continuum. So you might have the same therapist in home health that you had at Garden Ridge, and then we transition to outpatient. So it's really great for the continuity of care. It helps build that rapport and establish confidence and build a good relationship for proper healing and guidance along the way through the healing process.
Does the same apply in regards to healthcare, to physicians or your primary physician, that you would potentially have the same physician from Garden Ridge to hospice, even all the way through?
If the resident elects to see our doctors at the medical center here, they do go over to Garden Ridge and they can stay as their doctor under home health. That can be the doctor that orders home health, supervises home health, gets all the updates that our home health staff provides. So yes.
All right. If someone goes to the hospital though, then they go to a hospitalist?
In this community, yes, usually. There are the days of the primary care doctor going out to the hospital are long gone for the most part now. So generally, yes, they go with the hospitalist and then they communicate back to the primary care physician around time of discharge to let them know what's going on and what the needs are.
Very good. Is there something else we need to know about home health, home support, resident life?
I would say, truly, and I'm not even saying this from a biased perspective, but we truly have such a unique service that we offer here at Greenspring, across the continuum and every department. Amazing people that we work alongside that are truly passionate about providing care, whether it be home support, home health, Garden Ridge with the continuing care at every level. And here in independent living, we're just truly passionate about providing the care and meeting the needs of our residents. So, to not hesitate to reach out to any of us. If you see one of us in the hallway, just stop us. And, if it's not having to do with resident life, if it has to do with Garden Ridge, if it has to do with dining, stop us, ask us, and we can help direct you as to your answers, what you need, and how we can better serve you.
Very good. Well, we're so glad both of you are with us.
Thank you.
And if anybody wants to see you in person, they can stop by your offices, right? And you're down in the dungeons.
Yes, and everyone should know I'm such a social butterfly, and I love talking to residents. So please do come down, see us. We're at the terrace level of Forest View. We have a beautifully decorated hallway and door right now, so please come check it out. I won't have bragging rights, but we did win the best door decor contest recently during Spirit Week.
We won ourselves a pizza party.
We did. So we're looking to see what the residents are going to do during their Spirit Week. So
very good. Very, very good. Well, again, thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing with us. And we look forward to a long, long relationship.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.